Well, it's a small film making a huge splash, and it comes out today.
Well, that press conference is scheduled to take place at 2 o'clock this afternoon at City Hall.
We're going to step outside here in the street, the highway which is shut down, so you can see that, yes, this investigation is still going on. Well, if you had to drive on I-5 today, you likely had to deal with a lot more traffic than usual.
Look at the bottom of my shoe. You see how the slush, hello, I don't have good balance out here because it is slick.
But there are reports the staff sergeant's wife and 2 young children have been moved from their home on the base as a precaution.
So let's see if it works. Very well, apparently. This sheet of ice formed within just a few minutes that he was driving here on the road. So this is what you're dealing with.
How many have you seen come down? Have you been able to chart any of that?
You know, if I could count that quick, I'd have a good job as an auctioneer or something like that, because they're coming down so fast.
And by the way, the park has added a new zip line and slide this year. It's going to be open on weekends starting May 12th, and then it's going to open daily starting Memorial Day weekend.
Well, I just got off the phone with a member of the Kitsap County Sheriff's Department, the agency investigating this deadly shooting, and they confirm they have found the suspect's vehicle not too far away from where the shooter was shot to death. As for the suspect himself, he is still on the loose, considered armed and dangerous at this time after shooting that state trooper right here along Highway 16 near Anderson Hill Road. Now, we're still waiting to get more information about the trooper, but investigators say he pulled a truck over just before 2 o'clock this morning, but when he failed to check in, dispatcher sent another officer over to check on him. That's when they found him shot. He was later pronounced dead at St. Joseph Hospital in Tacoma. Now, once that call came in, officers throughout the region started staking out the freeway from here in Kitsap County to Tacoma, and we were right in the middle of talking to the spokesman about why the suspect was pulled over in the first place when word about that suspect vehicle being located came in.
I've learned in my years of law enforcement that there's no such thing as a routine traffic stop. I don't know the reason that the trooper made the traffic stop. So I don't have any information on the reason for the traffic stop at this point.
So you can see officers right there wasting no time to go check out reports of the suspect vehicle being located. Now, as we've confirmed with the Kitsap County Sheriff's Department, the suspect's vehicle is a 1999 dark green Ford F-350 pickup truck. Again, it has been found about 2 miles away from where we are, and it was found so quickly in large part because as we were driving down here from Seattle, we noticed several reader boards along the freeway that had the suspect vehicle description information on it. So again, officers have found the suspect vehicle, but the man believed to have shot the state trooper to death is still on the loose. So keep it here with Q13 Fox News this morning. This story is literally developing minute by minute. We'll have another live report for you coming up in just about 30 minutes. But for now, reporting live in Kitsap County near Gorst, Angela King, Q13 Fox News.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Angela King. Well, if it wasn't for the massive crowd that gathered in Florida today, the spotlight in the Trayvon Martin case might have been on Tacoma. Kirsten Joyce is live in the newsroom with more on the rally that was held there today by Trayvon's cousin. The unsealing of search warrants linked to the disappearance of Susan Cox Powell has prosecutors here saying there is plenty of evidence to prove Josh Powell killed his wife. And now Josh's own sister is wondering why her brother was never arrested. Now, even though Susan's body has not been found, Pierce County prosecutor Mark Lindquist says he saw enough evidence the first time yesterday that was strong enough to go after Josh Powell for murder. Well, justice has finally been served to the families of a murdered newlywed Seattle couple. This bizarre photo right here shows serial killer Ben Rhodes, who set up a torture chamber in his semi-truck and kidnapped hitchhikers across the country. A home invasion turned deadly near North Bend after a man woke up to a burglar yelling and threatening him. This all happened just before midnight. A woman called 911 and said a man was pounding on her door and windows, insisting that she let him in. Well, then minutes later, another neighbor called dispatcher saying a man had just broken a sliding glass door at his home and was ransacking the place. Well, at least 3 people are multi-millionaires tonight, having won last night's record-breaking Mega Millions drawing. The other winners were from Kansas and Illinois, and we don't know who any of them are, but we do know a few losers. Now, if you bought tickets and didn't win, Don't feel bad. In all, Americans spent nearly $1.5 billion trying to cash in on that $640 million jackpot. Well, we haven't been winning much with the weather around here. That's unless you like the rain. Perella Lewis joins us now to let us know if our luck's going to change. Well, you are going to want to check this out. It's a fleet of DeLoreans outside the Sif Theater uptown. It's all part of a special Comic-Con screening of Back to the Future, and actress Leah Thompson is on hand. Well, we are under 2 hours now left in our contract with DirecTV, and sadly, the satellite provider has not made a deal with the owners of Q13 Fox. If one is not reached by midnight, DirecTV is going to drop Q13 Fox, and you're going to miss Q13 Fox News along with all of your favorite shows and sporting events, including tomorrow's NASCAR race. Dave Malkoff joins us now with what's going on and the options you have even if DirecTV drops Q13 Fox. Thanks so much for joining us. And as Dave just said, Q13 Fox can still be seen for free in HD with an over-the-air converter box or those old-fashioned rabbit ears. Also, check your contract with DirecTV. Dropping a local channel like Q13 Fox likely means you can go to another pay service like Dish Network or Comcast. We have more information about all of these details on our website at Q13Fox.com. And you can still help get DirecTV to keep Q13 Fox. Call 1-800-KEEP-FOX or go to telldirectv.com/Q13Fox. We'll, of course, keep you updated, and thank you for all of your support. Imagine receiving a frantic call for help. It's a tough job for 911 dispatchers who have to keep their cool as they help victims deal with stressful and even life-threatening situations. But if you'd rather find out what it's like to be a cop, the Seattle Police Department is hiring. 40 police officer job openings are up for grabs right now, and today officers showed off a canine patrol and a bomb-handling robot at this recruiting fair at the Seattle Filipino Community Center. The department also needs 911 dispatchers and parking enforcement officers. You can start the application process online starting Monday through April 27th. And they're also hiring at Western Washington's biggest amusement park. We're, of course, talking about Wild Waves. The rides aren't running today, but there was still a lot of excitement as more than 500 people applied for summer jobs. That's actually about half of last year's numbers, though. And by the way, the park has added a new zip line and slide this year. It's going to be open on weekends starting May 12th, and then it's going to open daily starting Memorial Day weekend. We'll take a look behind me. We can see here that things are moving once again here at 93rd Street at I-5 northbound. It was closed for several hours, as you mentioned, because of a jackknife semi. Crews had to shut down the northbound lanes to replace the Jersey barriers and clean up a diesel spill. So drivers here are relieved that traffic's moving once again, something these folks wish they could experience. But check this out, they can't even move their cars. The weight of the snow was so heavy at this West Olympia apartment complex, the carport came crashing down on several vehicles, including Kara's.
Car seems to have gotten the worst of all of them underneath the carport. My back windshield is gone and all the other damage to it. So now we just have to wait for someone to come out and help get the stuff off the vehicles.
So crushed carports, crushed awnings, we're seeing all of these things come down under the weight of all of the snow. Add to that the freezing rain that's now falling, and branches are crashing down left and right. In fact, the ice is making these tree branches so dangerously heavy that cleanup crews can't even do their work.
The crews that are working in areas where there's no trees, which there's very many areas out here like that, they're still working. The crews where there's stuff breaking, we're pulling them back to a safe area. Hopefully this thing's going to be done by noon, and we're bringing in a bunch more crews out of Oregon and Idaho.
So a lot of people out here needing a lot of help. And, we were talking about these branches coming down because they're so heavy. We've actually seen them breaking off, cracking and popping, coming crashing down, all because of this freezing rain. And, a lot of people might say, how can I recognize freezing rain? Because as it falls, it comes down and drops. Here's your indicator. You have an antenna on your car, freezing rain, you're going to see a sheet of ice form like this. If you see anything like this, either on your antenna, on your windows, on your windshields, your mirrors, side mirrors, things like this is an indication of freezing rain. So that means you're going to really want to watch your speeds on the road. It's not like the snow isn't bad enough and now the standing water, but now this ice. It is serious business out here, folks. So keep it here with Q13 Fox News. We're going to continue to track things here in Thurston County. A real mess this morning. I'll check back in with you probably in just about an hour. But for now, reporting live in Tumwater, I'm Angela King. I'll send it back to you.